What is up, everybody? Welcome to some zoo. Hope you're ready. Jump in the zoo, have some fun, see some fun little animals. Let's check it out. So as far as opening hand goes, yeah, I think this is pretty good. So we're looking at Windswept Teeth, Exile Simian Spirit Guide, Hidden, but we're not going to be able to get down double red on the back end. With one land, Hidden, Experiment 1, Wild Nakatl, follow up with Gerb. Yeah, we'll go and keep on this. It's not too bad. It's still pretty explosive. I'll keep that. Okay, so let's go ahead and go. If we go Windswept Heath, we get that down. So I'm trying to do kind of like the enter the battlefield mana math in my head. So we crack, get down a Stomping Ground, add that Hidden Herbalist. We can go Experiment 1, then follow up with Wild Nakatl. Yeah, I like that. Let's go and crack it. Let's grab a Stomping Ground. We're going to shock that in. Let's cast the Hidden Herbalist. So we're looking at green, exiling the Simian Spirit Guide. We're going to add that green mana to our mana pool. Let's go Experiment 1, and let's follow up with Wild Nakatl to get that Evolve trigger. Alright, so now we're looking at 6 points of damage on turn 1. I will definitely take that. And we've got Goblin Guy and cleaning up duty on turn 2. But yeah, this is a pretty gnarly deck, man. It's you can have some nice little explosive starts like that. Definitely keep that. And if we're playing against Burn, it always feels good to kind of try and outrace Burn. Let's go ahead and go Goblin Guide. Kind of add him to the zoo party. Going to come in hot for 8. Put our opponent down to 12. Let's see if we flip off the top. Battlefield Forge. Okay, so that goes through their hand, so we know that's in the hand. That's weird. Battlefield Forge. I'm curious what deck that would be. Puts them down to 12. Let's go and shock this Sacred Foundry in, and then let's go a little Curd Ape action. Get that evolve. Oh, I probably should have done that main phase. Sorry about that. Yeah, I've been recording for a little bit now, and my magic brain's a little tired, and when you chat a lot, yeah, that was 2 extra points of damage right there I should have gone for, so I do apologize. But we're in a nice little board state, so I'll take that. We're looking at 5, 8, 10, 12 coming across. Should be exactly enough if they don't have an answer, so kind of see what they got going on. It might be, well, it's not Scred Red. It's not Snow Mountains. I don't know why I would say that's Scred Red, but yeah, this zoo deck, man. Pretty fun. It has some really explosive starts. Oh, and we get a Blood Rush, man. This is just like 100% how exactly you want to draw it up. I was going to swing in hot. Top card of the library is going to get revealed. Hopefully we kind of see it. Nope, just a mountain. Okay, we're going to get in there, deal that damage. If they go to cast something, okay, close it out. Exactly enough. So let's go to sideboarding. We saw Battlefield Forge. Might be Burn, I guess. Yeah, I may just keep it the same until we kind of get a little bit more exploratory of exactly what's going on. Probably just going to go ahead and keep it the same. So, but yeah, it's this deck, man. There's sometimes where you just don't really have a good opening hand, but there's other times where it's like the magic gods part the heavens, and then you see this ray of sunshine coming down, and it's like, here, have 4 creatures on the board and deal 1,000,000 points of damage by turn 2. Your opponent will be thrilled. I just know there's a lot of times when I'm playing this deck, I know my opponent's just like, lucky. Like they're thinking in their head, lucky, which it is. Some of it is kind of lucky, depending on how you sequence certain things. But it's a fun deck, man. So between Burning Tree Emissary, yeah, while our opponent's trying to sideboard, I'll kind of just break it down. So we've got Burning Tree Emissary, enters the battlefield. We're going to add 2 red-green mana to our mana pool. Same thing with Hidden Herbalist. If we have Revolt active and enters the battlefield, add double green to your mana pool. And then at the same time, we've got another Revolt creature with the Renegade. So basically what we're looking to do is, turn 1, maybe we can exile a Simian Spirit Guide, get a little ahead on mana. Cast Burning, just dump our Burning Tree Emissaries, add that green-red. Now if you have Hidden Herbalist in your hand and Burning Tree Emissary, you always want to lead off with the Hidden Herbalist. That way you can get that double green mana and use it for Burning Tree Emissary. Because if you get a Reckless Bushwhacker, then that's where you can use the Burning Tree Emissary mana to kind of clean up. Now, as far as our opening hand goes, Arid Mesa, Stomping Ground, turn 1 Renegade. We're looking at, yeah, this is another explosive hand. I'll keep this one, man. I'll take it. Yeah, so we're looking at Arid Mesa, exiling that, get down Hidden Herbalist, because that'll be Revolt, double green Burning Tree Emissary, and then we can lead up with Renegade and Goblin Guide. Pretty gnarly, man. I'll probably go have to post this one up just for the sick draws on this. Yeah, man. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the Arid Mesa down. Yeah, that's exactly what we want to do. Get down to Arid Mesa. Let's crack for a Stomping Ground. Let's grab that, shock that in, go down to 17. Let's go ahead and let's go for the Hidden Herbalist, actually. Yeah, that's going to be a little bit better. Let's tap for green, exile Simian Spirit Guide. Let's go for, add that double green. Let's go Burning Tree Emissary. Sometimes this just feels, I feel like, I feel a little wrong doing this, man. Let's go Goblin Guide. And then let's go ahead and go, let's go Renegade. Oh man, just brutal. Alright, let's swing in for Goblin Guide. So we're looking at like 8 points of damage coming across. Okay, Simian Spirit Guide gets revealed. I'm curious to see what they've got going on, man. They've got their own little Simian Spirit Guide hanging out in there. Okay. So next turn, we're looking at the 2, 4, 6, 8, 8 coming across, going to put them down to 10. We also have the Gore Clan Rampager, which we can give them, give somebody Blood Rush. Pyroclasm! Ah, yes. Only the Renegade survives. But we still have the Gorchan Rampager. Nice. Nice by our opponent, man. Pretty gnarly. Let's go ahead and get down the Sacred Foundry. Yes, we're going to... Well, do we want to pay 2? Do you win a Blood Rush, or do you want to go for a Ranker right now? So if we go for Blood Rush, it's going to +4/+4. Getting in for 6. Puts them down to 11. I'm thinking we want to go for Ranker. That way it's going to swing in for 4. Well, we're going to be getting in a guaranteed 4 point. Yeah, we're just going to shock it in. Let's get this damage in now as quick as we can. Let's go and swing in for 2. Coming in hot. Let's go for this Blood Rush. And with Blood Rush, you can activate it pretty much anytime before combat damage has been done. It helps if we tap for red and green. There we go. So let's get +4/+4. It's going to be 6/7 coming across. Put them down to 11. We're going to have 5 cards in hand, 6 cards in hands with a Simian Spirit Guide of their own in their hand. I'm curious to see what this deck is. I guess it's kind of just, it might be like Boros Prison or something like that, now that I think about it, after seeing that Battlefield Forge. I know Todd Stevens runs a red-white prison deck, so this might be kind of like a red-white prison deck or something. But yeah, you know, luckily our opponent had the Pyroclasm. Much needed Pyroclasm to stop the onslaught of Goblin Guide, Burning Tree Emissary, and the Rampage and the Hidden Herbalist. But you can see where if our opponent doesn't have Pyroclasm, or they're not running something like Pyro, whenever it dies, each player sacrifices a line. Okay, all right, man. I think I've played against this deck. It's pretty crazy. Okay, so we're gonna get the Ranker on if we. Simian Spirit Guide's getting exiled. Each player sacrifices a permanent. Let's go ahead and sacrifice our Sacred Foundry because we want to get Ranker on there. Yep, sacrifice Sacred Foundry. And then we have to sacrifice a land. So we'll sacrifice this Stomping Ground. So be it. We have no lands now, and they have a flagstone, so they're going to be able to get land down. But yeah, this is where, you know, sometimes I record between the 2-mans and the modern tournament practice room, and I love playing in the tournament practice room because you get to see cool decks like this, man. So a lot of my stuff will be, as far as my channel goes, I like to record in the tournament practice room for Modern, just because it's like the streets of Modern, and I'll kind of go into that here in a second, now that we have no lands and just a Renegade, Renegade in play. Yeah, so if you want to get better at Modern, definitely, you know, playing at if you're lucky enough to have a store that has a Friday Night Magic Modern, you definitely go play in that. But if your main mode is online, you know, leagues will get you that good experience play. If you're not testing for anything, you know, kind of go hang out in the Modern tournament practice room. There's a lot of unique decks in there, and it may not be tier 1 practice, but you're getting good Magic practice. Like right now, we're playing against this Crack the Earth, red-white, prison deck potentially. You get to see some weird decks in here, and then at the same time it teaches you as a Magic player how to think on your feet. If you sit there and you only play against tier 1 decks, alright, Ghostly Prison's getting down. Alright, we're not going to be able to get past that one. Yeah, we can't swing in unless they pay 2. The only thing we can do is if we just draw land and like Lightning Bolt. But yeah, so hop in the tournament practice room, man. You know, a lot of people like to kind of poo-poo on the tournament practice room, but it's a good one. Hey man, that's where I grew up, man. That's the streets of Modern for me, man, and I love it. It's great, and there's just lots of cool decks in there, and yeah, it's a good way to kind of build your Magic experience and kind of keep you open to creative deck building too. Each player sacrifices a permanent. All right, adios, Renegade. All right, so right now, I'm okay with sticking this one out. What we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit more exploratory searching right now. If we hit a land, there we go, we're Lightning Bolt, we're halfway there. All we need to draw is 2 more Lightning Bolts and a land, and then we'll be able to close it out. So always play to your outs, but you don't want to just scoop as soon as Ghostly Prison gets down, but if we can win, there we go. Yeah, nice little Wooded Foothills. Do we want to hold on to Wooded Foothills? If they cast the Crack the Earth, each player sacrifices a permanent, then we might go down. If we get that down, we crack, and we go Renegade. Yeah, let's go ahead and... But we've already have a Stomping Ground in the in the graveyard. Trying to figure out if we want to go, if we're going to crack that and they have another, like, crack the earth or something like that. Let's go and hold off. Either way, you know, if they do have another one there, yeah, I guess we should probably get it down now that I think about it, because if they do cast a crack the earth, even if we crack it in response, we're still going to have to go for the even if we crack the earth, we still have to, we're going to have to crack in response, we're going to sacrifice that land, so. Alright, let's see what they got up and running. They're sitting back on 4 mana. We still have a lightning bolt we can go at the end of our turn. We have no hasty creatures to kind of close it out, but we gotta see what they got going on. Mainly, we're just kind of seeing what else is in here. Stone Rain. Alright, so we're going to crack in response to that. I don't mind land destruction in Modern. I mean, I don't like it. I would never, like, if somebody said, like, hey, would you like to go to a Magic tournament and play against land destruction? I'd be like, nope. I would not be there. But, you know, it is what it is in Modern, and I'll finish out a game, but it's just land destruction is always funny. Like, I played against this guy in Commander the other day. Let's go ahead and send this lightning bolt up top. There you go. Send it up to the dome. Molten Rain. Alright, so now we're pretty much just in 100% lightning bolt land draw mode. But yeah, I played against this guy that was playing land destruction, and like, it just made me laugh because I don't know why he's playing land destruction. It was Commander. He goes turn 1, like, I had 1 land out there, and he goes turn 1 like stone, or turn 2 Stone Rain. I'm like, okay, fine, alright, man. And he plays another land destruction, and he, let's go ahead and chunk the, we're getting to the spot to where we might be able to run Goblin Guide out. Let's go ahead and chunk the Wild Nicottle. But yeah, so he blows up my second land drop, and I'm like, okay, fine, that's fair enough. You know, maybe they just want to get it out of their hand. And then we get another Molten Rain getting fired up. I'm like, okay, alright, man. Molten Rain gets fired up. And then he draws, like, my next land. Or he, like, blows up my next land, and finally I'm just like, alright, dude, good game, man. Like, I just, like, I'd like to play some Magic today. You know, I didn't mean it in, like, a jerk way, but I just, like, hey, good game, man. You know, I'm just gonna go play something else, because my land keeps getting blown up. My land drop keeps getting blown up every single time. And so, he goes, sorry, man. Like, he apologized. I'm like, well, then why are you playing land destruction if you feel bad? Let's see. Do we have any outs on this? Nah, let's go and scoop this one up, I think. Yeah, I mean, they're at 9 with that timely reinforcements. Yeah, we're going to scoop this one up. Alright, good game, man. You got it, buddy. Let's go to sideboarding. So we're running Ghostly Prison. Anything we're going to bring in? I think we're okay. We're just kind of going to hope for a nice little... Sorry, somebody sent me a text message. It was work. Yeah, Ancient Grudge doesn't really do anything against the Ghostly Prison. Anything else we're going to bring in? No, I think we're okay. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. It's going to keep it the same. Let's run this out there. Yeah, there's sometimes this deck, I mean, there's just not really, you know, maybe you bring in Tarmogoyf if you're playing against like a graveyard-style deck or like a Grixis deck where they've got a Lightning Bolt and you can kind of get past that out of that Lightning Bolt range, but other than that, it's pretty cool. Okay, so we've got Hidden Herbalist. So we're looking at turn 1, Experiment 1, crack, Hidden Herbalist, Experiment 1. So we're looking at 2, 4, 6 coming across. If we run into a Pyroclasm, we're just like DEA dead on the board. Do we want a mulligan? We can't live the dream, though. It's pretty... Yeah, we're just dead to Pyroclasm, but getting that many creatures out pretty quick on turn 2 with the Experiment 1, yeah, we're going to go and keep on this one. I'm okay with that. Could mulligan, but we're running so few lands in here that sometimes it's a little hairy kind of go into the mulligan zone. Let's go ahead and shock into the Stomping Ground. Let's go for an Experiment 1, and we're going to go and pass the turn. Alright, so we're looking at double Hidden Herbalist next turn. That's going to be 2 more creatures on the board, and then we can end up with an Experiment 1, and then it'll get a nice little bonus to our Experiment 1 out there. So we'll be able to swing in for 2, then we're going to have 2, 4, 6 out there. Simian Spirit Guide, crack the earth. Each player sacrifices a permanent. Okay. Which one do we want to go for? I think I'm okay with holding on to the lands. We're going to lose Experiment 1. Adios, dude. Bye, Experiment 1. And you're not really technically a zoo creature anyway. And they might have another, if they haven't made the land drop for the turn. So they could have another crack the earth in their way to sacrifice our land. So that'll be definitely very interesting. Now we're running like 4 shock lands in here. So once we get crack the earth up and running on like, I think we have like 5 searchable lands out of here. So once that happens, that's, it's pretty gnarly. Okay, let's see what our opponent's waiting on. Okay, Arid Mesa. Let's see if they have another Crack the Earth to exile our lands. They don't have a flagstone, so they're going to go down on the land too. So it's kind of like we just re-racked and set the same thing going. So, okay, so Lightning Bolt gets. I mean, not Lightning Bolt. Simian Spirit. Oof, I'm all over the place. Excuse me. I've been recording for about an hour now. Okay, Crack the Earth gets fired off. We're both going to sacrifice a permanent. They go down on a mountain, so it's like nothing really happened. It's like we're back to turn 1. Okay, so let's get down the Arid Mesa. Let's go ahead and go Hidden Herbalist. Let's go Experiment 1. Let's get on the Stomping Ground. Let's go Experiment 1. And then we're going to go and pass the turn. All right, now we're looking at double Hidden Herbalist next turn. They're not going to have a land. You know, if they want to go Crack the Earth, so be it. Okay, they don't shock that in, which I will take that. Let's get down the Arid Mesa. Let's go ahead and get that Evolve trigger actually on Experiment 1. Let's shock this Sacred Foundry in. Let's go Hidden Herbalist. That's going to be double green to our mana pool. Get that Evolve trigger, double green. Let's do it again. Rinse and repeat. It's free admission day at the zoo. We're going to let that mana empty from our mana pool. Swing in for 2. It's going to put our opponent down to 17. And then we got 6 coming across next turn. So let's see if they do have Pyroclasm. If they do, they might be able to close it out. Definitely land destruction against zoo is really gnarly beast to play against. We're basically just running, I can go over there and check, but we're basically running about 5 searchable lands in here. So, Pyroclasm is going to get it. Let's go Wild Nacatl. It's going to be a 3/3. Let's go ahead and get the Windswept Heath down because we still have that, what is the green-white land? How can I forget the name of it? Temple Garden. Still have Temple Garden in the deck, so if we need to search that up, we can. Okay, so let's see what they draw. They don't have any removal for Wild Nacatl, so we're just going to go ahead and push in, hopefully, Reckless Bushwhacker. Okay. Let's go and swing in for 3. Coming in hot. It's going to put him down to 12. Now, with the Reckless Bushwhacker, I think what we're going to do is we're going to go and hold on to Reckless Bushwhacker. I really want to get that surge cost up and running. If we can go Lightning Bolt, puts them down to 9, get that surge cost, everybody's going to get +1 and have haste, so if we get some free mana creatures. Definitely Reckless Bushwhacker is better in the hand. Oh, wait, Goblin Guy, perfect. Let's go ahead and we're looking at 1 mana. Let's go and crack this Windswept Heath, grab that Temple Garden. Actually, we just grab a Force. We're at 10. Yeah, I think a Force is okay. That way we can still search it up with the other one. Okay, so let's go Goblin Guide. It's going to be a 2/2 body. And let's go Reckless Bushwhacker, cast with Surge cost. We're looking at red, and it doesn't matter. So that's going to be 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10 coming across. Excuse me, it's going to be 9 coming across. I forget that Reckless Bushwhacker doesn't get that bonus. Alright, so I'm going to get that Goblin Guide, Care Keep on top. Okay, that goes to the hand. We're getting in for, let's see. Gets in for 3. Now, this will be the test. If they have Lightning Bolt, which they don't use now, well, they might. Okay, they don't use Lightning Bolt, so let's see if they have another Pyroclasm. If they do, Wild Nacatl should be able to survive, and we can get in for 3 and kind of close it out. So, hopefully we can. And then if they do get down a Ghostly Prison, we can still tap for 2 mana and kind of close it out. So, hopefully, got our fingers crossed that we can close this one out. Let's see. Get down the Care Keep, so we can go ahead and close that one off. Okay, Pyroclasm. And let's see if they have Lightning Bolt to clean up on Wild Nacatl. They didn't use it last turn, but okay, they scoop it up. Yep, we got Wild Nacatl. I will definitely take that. Yeah, this is red-white Crack the Earth, I guess, if that's what you want to call it. I've played against this deck before. It's pretty gnarly. I may have to kind of build something like this, because that Crack the Earth, you know, if you can get those flagstones out there and make your opponent go down on lands and permanents and stuff like that, it's pretty gnarly. You can see where, you know, this is it's not a tier 1 deck, but it's a finely tuned, like, a pretty aggressive deck, and kind of held its own for a little bit. Pretty good over there. So, alright guys, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks.